This is a PowerWorks podcast short with Glenn Power and me, James Pikeway.
The people buying EVs, are there really any EVs that you buy because they look nice? Can you think of a Taycan, which is a hybrid Porsche? Well, the e-tron GT from Audi. Are there any real proper lookers of an EV?
No.
They're not. Are there really? There's nothing
there could
that
be.
Right, there could be, but there's nothing that there's nothing that strikes you like a Wrangler's got a Wrangler look.
Yeah. So good that the Chinese Bayak has copied it.
Yeah. But there are a Range Rover looks like a Range Rover.
Yeah.
So it's a subjective matter of taste of I like the look of that car and I can afford it, I'm buying it.
Yeah. But
EVs, do you really buy them because that's a nice looking car? Maybe some people do. I don't see it, so I can't. Yeah,
I'm also not in that camp. So,
but the opinion I got from it was that people are buying EVs to be environmentally conscious. We need to explain to them that there are other options that will short and medium term. We're not just talking about for the next 2 years. Short and medium term do a lot better for the planet than just buying 3,000 EVs for 3,000 people. You're better off with 1,500 cars for 3,000 people.
I still don't understand why we've got public transport and it works, but in a lot of our buildings and places and so use my university as an example. There's folks who all live in the same areas. I just don't understand why there isn't a university transport service where we're all going to meet at this bus stop and we're going to have a shuttle service, and we're going to shuttle employees to work so you don't have to take your own cars.
Yeah.
But I'm just one place. But then you've got API Tower on Sheikh Zayed Road. Well, there's how many businesses in there? The API Tower shuttle that's going to come from. Yeah. We know where people live. They live in the Greens. They're living out by you.
Yeah.
So you have 3 shuttles.
Yeah.
That are
in a place.
I don't understand why we don't do that.
In the place that we live, where the vast majority of the population are economic migrants.
Yeah. I love that term, economic migrants. That's what I am.
You could have. Yeah. You live where you live and have done for as long as you've been here.
22 years.
Right. Now, had you come out for that job and your employer said you have to live there, you would have lived there.
Yeah.
That's what said you've got to live somewhere else. You would have lived somewhere else.
Yeah. I'd live wherever they put me, and that's where they put me, and I stayed.
This place would be an absolutely fantastic, effectively blank canvas to say, right, okay, if you work here, then you have to allocate living accommodation. Emirates do it.
Yeah.
Emirates do it with the pilots.
Sure. And they have shuttle buses.
And with their cabin crew.
All the cabin crew, and then the pilots and that, they get picked up.
Yeah.
But
all from the same place.
All the same place. They have a whole fleet that does it. Why aren't we doing this for other things?
Yeah. Now I understand it. Oh, yeah, but you drive rent. It's free market for rents and stuff, but it's not really, is it? But look, just make it that that is such an easy thing to do, really. It probably takes 6 months to implement.
You got your car sharing then around those places. So then when people are not going to work and because they've got their transport, which they're very happy with because they don't have to pay for it. And if they want to go with their car, well, then you got to negotiate parking.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you've got car share then for when you need a car and they're sitting there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What a great idea.